Today we're playing with the new Focusrite Vocaster Two. You know what I really love about it? It's got that new interface smell.
The School of Podcasting with Dave Jackson.
Hey, I'm Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com, where I help you plan, launch, and grow your podcast. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribe and like and the bell and the whole 9 yards. And what we're going to look at today is, it's new from Focusrite. It's designed for podcasters. Now, one thing I want to say up front is I was given this unit to play with. So I did not pay for this, but I've been a big fan of Focusrite for years. So what I want to do is throw me over in the bottom right-hand corner here, and I've got some screenshots. Rather than try to do the filming and let's just look at it. You're listening to it right now. It is powering an SM7B with absolutely no problem. So this is the top of it, and you can see where it's got a headphone volume for your host and the monitors, and a headphone amplifier for your guest. Up here, it will supply 48 volts, so phantom power to either microphone. It's not like an on-off switch. It's on-off for each mic. The Vocaster 2, there is a Vocaster 1 that only has one input. The Vocaster 2 has two inputs and the ability to connect to your phone via Bluetooth, and then when you connect it to your computer, this little icon comes up. Across the bottom, you've got a mute button. It looks like this, and it works. So if you're getting over COVID, you need to cough, that's that. Right now, this little button, so that's this one here. Then here, this is an enhance button, and there are 4 different options, and I'll show you those in a second. But right now I have this set to radio, and now I have it turned off. So it's a little more compressed, a little more bottom end to it. I'll turn it back on now. There we go. And then you have this host button and guest button. And what this button does is if you hold it down, it will, and you just keep talking, you just talk, it will set the gain for you. Now, Focusrite has always had it super easy. You basically turn the volume knob up, that's this big one in the middle, until it turns red, and then you turn it down. Well, now you don't even have to do that. You just press the button and talk, and it sets it for you. So you have a button here for the host auto gain and the guest auto gain, and then you have an enhance button for the guest and a mute button for the guest. So that's the top of it. When we look at it from this side, the only thing that's different is here you have your headphone jacks for your guest and host. And this is the back, and this is what's really cool. So number one, you got an on-off button switch. Thank you. Because sometimes I just want to power it down. You've got your connect, so if you don't want to have somebody walk away with it. You've got your Bluetooth here. You've got, that's on here. You've got a TRRS jack. So if you want to plug your phone into the unit, and I really love this because I know a lot of units now are like, oh, you can use Bluetooth, and you can. I want it hardwired. I'm a hardwired guy. And so you can plug that in, and mix minus is built in. So let's picture this. You and a guest are sitting in a room. You plug in your phone. Everybody can hear everybody. You don't have to worry about any kind of mix minus and things like that. Everything's clearly marked here. You've got a host and a guest input for XLR jacks. Your output here, if you want to plug into some monitors, you've got those. And then for those people that are doing video, if you have that whole thing where the delay and all of a sudden you look like a bad Godzilla movie, this now you can plug the output from the Vocaster into the XLR jack, right into your XLR camera, your SLR camera. You can plug it into your digital camera. One of these, you can plug it in right here to that, and your delay goes away. That's done. So that's a cool, handy little trick. And then, of course, you've got your USB here, where you plug that in, USB-C. It's really cool. You plug it in, you'll install some software, which I'll show you here in a second, and you are off to the races. It's really not much to it. The one thing I really do like about this, and I'll show you this in a second when we get into the software, is the fact that the mapping. So what I mean by this is so many times when you get some sort of device and you plug it into your computer, it's like input 1, input 2, input 3, and you're like, yeah, which one's the phone? With the Vocaster, they've got a map. So I can see right here that this is the host, this is the guest, and this is how it will show up in your software. In fact, I'll show you that in just a second, but it makes, again, everything is very, very cool. So let me fire up the software, because a lot of this we just mentioned. I can turn the enhancement on and off. I got a mute. I got things like that. Let me fire up the software. All right, so here's the Vocaster hub, and you can see where I can turn the phantom power on either microphone. And then here is the mute button, which is fairly... Oh, look, see what happens when I click the mute button? You can't hear me. If I want to go through the auto gain, well, I'll do this now. I'll go ahead and click and hold this down, and you're just not going to hear me, but you'll see where I'm going to keep talking here. And so there's the 10 seconds that I keep talking and talking about this and that and whatever's going on. And we're down to 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back. And now it is set. And it set it to me automatically. So there you go. Now, if I want to override this, I can easily drag this up higher. So if I want to, I can really get super loud here if I want to. Now, the enhancements, you have a couple here. Mine is set to radio right now. If I go to clean, this is clean. Not a huge difference in these. There's a little more upper end in that, my S's and my T's. This is a little more warm, so that's a little bit of a mid boost. Here's a brightness, which again, I hear these. So just because everybody's voice is different, and then the radio. And so you have these down here. Obviously, here's your guest microphone, your auxiliary. That's all those inputs on the back, your Bluetooth, and then loop back. So if you wanted to play anything from your computer, you could. The one button that is in here that's not on the device is this one here. So if you ever want to mute your monitors, that is here in the software. I kind of wish that button was on the device, but easy enough. And so you can basically mix your sound right here. But like I said, I really love the mapping, and I use Hindenburg. So let me show you how this would work in Hindenburg. So here I am in Hindenburg, and this is what I love about that mapping. I can come here and say, look, I want the Vocaster 2, and if I want to plug my microphone in here, I can do this, and there I am, and now when I talk, I do that, and then if I could come down here, I could put my guest on another track. Down here, here's my phone input, you've got the Bluetooth, everything is here and labeled. It makes things super easy to do that. In regards to pricing, you'll see where the Vocaster 1 comes in at $200, the Vocaster 2, the one I'm using right now, $300, and then they have some studio. They actually have a microphone. I'm not using this now, or their headphones, but here, the Vocaster 1 Studio, one microphone, and a set of headphones, and this is kind of like an Shure SM58 kind of style microphone, and over here, you have the more kind of condenser style, although it's dynamic, I believe, microphone there. So kind of whatever option you want, it's here. I'm a big fan of Sweetwater because they throw in extra warranty time. They give you tech support if you need it, and it's free shipping, same price as Amazon. I'm a big Sweetwater fan. In addition to what comes in the box, it comes with Hindenburg Lite or Hindenburg Pro, a 6-month trial. It comes with Squadcast. That's my favorite way to record remote interviews. It comes with Acast, so if you're looking for hosting, and then if you need some additional audio sounds, it comes with Amplify Studio. So for me, if somebody comes and says, look, I'm doing a podcast, and it's either me and a co-host or just yourself, and you want to do some Squadcast kind of interviews or whatever you want to use, Zoom, etc., that's where that the software that I showed you makes it super easy to record a Zoom call. So if you're looking for something, it's like, look, I'm going to take it with me on the road. It's super small. It's super easy to set up. So Focusrite is known for having that's built like a tank. Now, this is not, usually that's hard metal. This is plastic, but it's solid plastic, and it's biodegradable. There's a lot of it that will recycle here, so it's good for everyone. So it's super small, super portable, but yet sturdy. You don't have to really worry about dropping this one. Easy to use, and of course, it's got Focusrite, those great preamps, low noise, and it's driving an SM7B and not really breaking a sweat. So if you're looking for an interface, I want to plug one or two or a phone or anything else into a computer and record it there, this is a great interface in terms of getting great audio into your computer. I'll have links underneath the video here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.